Hello, guys. Welcome back to our channel where we give you practical AI tips you can use every day. The other day I received a proposal from a colleague to review. It was extremely well written, clear structure, strong language, big promises, but the budget only $12,000. I asked, this is very ambitious. Who wrote it? He said, I did. He didn't say AI did, but I could tell because the ideas lacked context, the budget didn't match the proposal, and the English writing seemed too polished. This person blindly trusted AI and gave all control to the machine. On the other hand, I hear from many colleagues, friends, and family members that AI is nothing. They say it can never replace human beings. It's not as powerful as people claim, and it can never outsmart us. This taught me something important. People either think AI is completely bad or completely good. Some reject it without learning it, others trust it blindly. Both are missing the point. Normally, on AI applied with Nadia, we focus on tutorials and practical guidance. But today we are stepping back. We are talking about AI itself, its potential, its limits, and how it quietly shapes our lives. Of course, we will explain terminology and give tips along the way to keep up with our channel's mantra. Let's get to it. You might ask what AI actually does. AI is a prediction engine that uses mathematical patterns from the past to guess what the most likely correct answer should be in the present. This is why it doesn't understand reality, budgets, context, or consequences. It doesn't reason like humans. It simply guesses what sounds correct based on some patterns. Think of that $12,000 proposal. It sounded perfect because the AI knows the shape of a good proposal, but it has no idea about the substance of the actual location where the work happens. A machine might think a project costs 12,000 based on data it was trained on, but it doesn't know the real world ground truth of your specific project site. This is why it's important to remember that when you see AI making these contextual mistakes, it isn't because the AI is lying or being stupid. It's actually doing exactly what it was built to do, match a pattern. In the tech world, we call this a hallucination. Just like a human might see something that isn't there when they are dreaming, an AI hallucinates when it tries hard to find a pattern. When it doesn't, it makes up facts to fit the structure. The result is a perfect mathematical pattern that simply doesn't match the messy reality of our lives. And this is where the danger lies. That same pattern matching logic doesn't just write texts, it actively decides what you see every time you unlock your phone. For example, I watch a lot of tech and math videos. My feed is full of these topics. Sometimes I can't tell, is everyone talking about this or it's just me? Someone else might watch movies, political debates, dances, or comedies, and their feed will be full of those. Now, what's a feed? A feed is a constantly updating list of content that has been filtered and ranked specifically for you. We call it a feed because the algorithm is quite literally feeding you content in real time. It's like a personalized digital conveyor belt that never stops, where every piece of information has been handpicked by the machine to match your specific taste. This shows a bigger problem. Since we all see a very personalized list of things, our shared reality is disappearing. Before, we all watched the same news channels or read the same newspapers. Now, everyone sees different information online. Algorithms shape your news, your videos, your search results. One person's feed tells one story, another's tell a completely different story. Now, what's an algorithm? In the tech world, it's a cold mathematical formula, a precise sequence of code designed to take massive amounts of data and optimize it for a specific result. It's a machine that calculates probabilities to decide what piece of content is most likely to trigger a reaction from you. But for us, the end users, we don't see the math. To us, an algorithm acts more like a digital librarian, one that's constantly watching you from the shadows. Every time you like a post or linger on a video, this librarian takes notes. It isn't judging you, it's just learning your patterns. Eventually, this librarian stops showing you the whole library. They decide that to keep you happy and sitting in your chair, they will only bring you books and newspapers that they know you already agree with. But here is the danger. While you are sitting in your corner of the library reading one version of the truth, your neighbor or your family member from the same house is sitting in another corner. Their librarian is bringing them a completely different set of books. It's incredibly efficient at keeping our attention, but it's also incredibly effective at isolating us from any truth that feels uncomfortable. We might be living in the same house, but through these algorithms, we are being fed two different versions of reality. This is the feedback loop. The math feeds you what you already believe, which makes you believe it even more strongly, which then tells the math to bring you even more of the same. Ultimately, these algorithms act like a mirror maze. They reflect our own interests, our own biases, and even our own fears back at us. While we think we are looking out of a window at the truth, we are actually just looking at a screen that's playing the greatest hits of ourselves. When everyone has their own custom made truth, our shared reality disappears. This shifting of our shared reality is one of the most significant social shifts of the last decade. But this librarian isn't just hiding news from us, it's quietly becoming a gatekeeper for our entire lives. This is dangerous because misinformation spreads, disagreements escalate, and people feel isolated even though we are more connected than ever before. But we have handed the keys to these algorithms, so they control the doors of opportunities. If you run a small business, an algorithm decides if a customer ever sees your ad. If you are a student, it filters which lessons reach your screen. Even when you apply for a job, a machine might reject your CV before a human even knows you exist. Even our communication is filtered. When we use translation apps, the AI chooses which version of the word's meaning you should see. In every case, we aren't dealing with a human who understands our context. We are dealing with a formula that only cares about the pattern. But with all these risks, you might wonder why we use it at all. The reason is simple. When handled correctly, the potential is incredible. AI can help people learn faster, it improves writing and communication, and it helps organize ideas clearly. Of course, this is just the tip of a super large iceberg. Whether it's a doctor using AI to spot a disease earlier, an engineer designing a safer bridge, or a grandma using a voice to text app to send a message to her family, AI's potential to assist us is nearly limitless. A student in a remote area can now access lessons they never had access to before. A small business owner can create proposals or marketing plans efficiently in minutes. Used wisely, AI is like a strong assistant. It saves time, improves efficiency, and opens doors. But it's just a tool. Problem starts when we confuse AI's assistance with complete intelligence, when we trust it blindly or refuse to learn it at all. So, what is the bad side of the AI? AI can make weak ideas sound strong. It can produce proposals, articles, or reports that seem correct in logic but lack context. That $12,000 proposal is a great example. AI also amplifies bias. If the data is unfair, the output is unfair. False information spreads faster than truth. Conflicts and misunderstandings grow without anyone realizing it. The core lesson? The problem is not AI. The problem is how humans treat it. Some fear it so much they refuse to learn it. Some trust it so much they stop thinking. AI is a mirror. It shows who is thinking carefully and who is not. So here's my tip for you. Treat AI like a high speed car or a powerful calculator. A car can get you to your destination faster than your legs ever could, but it doesn't know where you should go. It has no map and no conscience. You are the driver. Use AI because it's fast, but remember that it is not wise. Use it because it's powerful, but remember that it's not moral. The next time you use AI, don't just copy and paste. Challenge it, question it, and always ask yourself, does this match the real world truth? Does it fit the actual context? Does it have the substance or just the shape of a good idea? If the answer is no, the problem isn't the AI, it's the person behind the screen. AI is a tool that amplifies your own thinking. If you stop thinking, the tool becomes a trap. AI is neither good nor bad, it's just a tool. Tools are only helpful when we understand their limits, learn it, question it, and use it wisely. Thank you for listening, and I hope this gives you a clearer view of AI in your life. If you find this information useful, kindly subscribe and share with others. See you in the next video.